Hello and welcome to today's video. We are You Know What, and today we are going to tell you interesting facts about Pompeii. Sit back, like, subscribe, and let's get started. Pompeii was a bustling ancient city located in Campania, Italy, not far from modern-day Naples. Today, after the tragedy of 79, it is a major archaeological site and tourist destination, visited by more than 2.6 million people a year. Pompeii lies in one of the most fertile parts of Italy. The city was founded in the 7th century BC by the Greeks. Originally a small settlement, it was also inhabited by Etruscans and Samnites, who began to develop the city further. However, Pompeii experienced its greatest boom after the Romans conquered it in 310 BC. They began to build roads, aqueducts, and buildings with unique architectural features. Around 20,000 people lived in Pompeii and were engaged in various crafts and trade. The city was a thriving commercial center and an important port, even more so than Naples. Pompeii was famous for its luxurious villas, public baths, temples, and amphitheater. The first inhabitants of Pompeii had no idea how dangerous a place they were starting to build a settlement, thinking that Vesuvius was just a hill. However, they later paid for this mistake. Already in 62, an earthquake struck Pompeii, injuring many people and destroying several buildings. However, the locals began to rebuild the entire city, and within a few months it was functioning as it was before the event. The second tragedy that took place in Pompeii was in 79 AD. This one did not have a happy ending. The eruption of the volcano Vesuvius occurred on 24 August 79 AD. The volcano spewed clouds of volcanic ash, and massive lava flows began to roll down its slopes, burying Pompeii and the surrounding towns. The eruption was so powerful that the volcano collapsed and formed a caldera and lasted for 3 days, according to archaeologists. The destroyed city was buried in a 6-meter layer of volcanic ash. It is estimated that around 10,000 people died in the explosion. However, many residents were killed by poisonous gases. As Pompeii had completely buried itself in ash and virtually disappeared beneath the Earth's surface, it was only discovered accidentally in 1594 during the excavation of an irrigation system. In 1631, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius again caused the exposed parts of Pompeii to be covered in volcanic ash again. It was not until the 18th century that official systematic excavations began. Since then, archaeologists have uncovered about 2/3 of the city, since Pompeii covers an area of 150 acres. Remains of houses, shops, temples, and other public buildings have been found in Pompeii. Frescoes, mosaics, and statues have also been discovered, giving us a fascinating insight into life in ancient Rome. Antiquarium. This is a museum with artifacts from Pompeii, which houses various artifacts including plaster casts of victims of the eruption. It's a great place to start your tour, as it will give you context and an understanding of the city's history. Forum. The Forum is Pompeii's main square surrounded by temples, basilicas, and other public buildings. It was an important center of Roman life in the city. Theaters. Pompeii had 2 theaters, the Great Theater and the Little Theater. The Great Theater was used for the performance of plays and gladiatorial matches. The Small Theater was used for musical performances and recitations. Terme Stabian baths. The largest and best preserved baths in Pompeii. The complex included cold, warm, and hot baths, as well as a gymnasium. House of Menander. This was a large and luxurious house belonging to a wealthy merchant. The house has beautiful frescoes, mosaics, and peristyle, which is a colonnaded garden. Nuovi Scavi, new excavations, is an area of Pompeii that was excavated in the 19th and 20th centuries. This area contains houses, shops, and other public buildings that have been preserved by volcanic ash. Amphitheater. The oldest surviving Roman amphitheater, which could hold up to 12,000 spectators. It was used for gladiatorial matches and public spectacles. House of Vetti, a middle-class house with beautiful frescoes and peristyle shows that the luxurious houses in Pompeii did not belong only to the nobility. The Villa of Secrets. It is a villa with magnificent frescoes depicting mysterious Dionysian rites. It is located outside the main excavation area, but is worth a visit for its amazing frescoes. Interesting facts. The Vesuvius volcano is still active, and scientists are monitoring it closely so that they can warn the population in time if it should erupt again. In 1972, an unforgettable event took place in the ruins of this legendary site. The local amphitheater was once again transformed into a cultural stage, and the band Pink Floyd played a concert there. Although there could not be spectators present, this unique experience was recorded by filmmaker Adrian Mabin. The musicians praised the fantastic sound system that was in place. Historians give the exact date of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius as 24 August 79. But this claim may not be true. From the remains of bodies and objects left buried beneath the ash deposits, it seems likely that it could have been any of the later months. People were in fact wearing warmer clothing at the time of death. To this day, however, it has not been possible to determine the exact period. To illustrate, scientists have tried to describe the intensity of the Vesuvius explosion at the time of the greatest tragedy. According to them, it was 500 times more powerful than when the atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The eruption is estimated to have lasted up to 24 hours. There is even said to have been one witness who saw the eruption of the volcano and recorded his observation in contemporaneous records. One of the reasons for this tragedy was the wind. It had been blowing in the opposite direction all along, but now, for some unexplained reason, it turned, and because of this, the ash and all the heat that was killing innocent people traveled directly to Pompeii. So Pompeii should definitely be on your bucket list. Have you been there yet? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video all the way through, and we'll see you next time.